These are my top 3 tips to get more views on YouTube while it's in easy mode. All right, let's get right into it. Tip number 1, your thumbnail. You've got to work on your thumbnail. When someone is scrolling down YouTube or scrolling on Instagram or scrolling on Facebook or TikTok or whatever, the thing that is going to catch their attention is going to be your thumbnail. Eye-catching thumbnail. It doesn't have to be extravagant colors. You don't want to put in a whole lot of colors that are going to distract or detract from people looking at your video. So you want to have something clear, something concise, something, if you notice yourself when you're scrolling down YouTube, what are you looking for? You're looking you're looking for something that's going to be like, hey, this is a cool picture. It caught my attention. Let me check it out. Let me read exactly what it has to say. And that's the same thing that you need to provide for your viewers, while you're trying to build your community. So again, your thumbnail, put in a couple of colors. If you have a brand, you're starting a brand, let's be consistent. Include those colors in your thumbnail. You don't have to have, um, again, if you're a faceless channel, excuse me, I did say that before, but if you're creating a face forward channel or a faceless channel, you decide. That's entirely up to you. But if you are creating shorts or long form video, if you're creating shorts, you don't have to worry about this. It doesn't concern you at all. Just move on. Just skip this section. But if you are creating a face forward channel, now a face forward channel, faceless channel, long form content, you want to have something that's going to stop the scroll immediately. The scrolling, you know, they're looking for something that catches their attention. If you look at my previous videos, as well as I may even do just a basic edit with this one. My previous videos, all I did, I just took a screenshot. I took a screen grab from the video itself and just threw it up there. I am going to change that. Again, personally, I'm doing all kinds of research and I'm going to give you that information or provide you that information as I see it and as it makes sense. I'm not just going to put together anything and just be like, hey, let's give this a shot and let's see how it goes. No, the research that I'm bringing to you is research that it's based off of trial and error myself on my own personal videos, on my own personal brand, on my business that I'm trying to build here. Excuse me, this bronchitis it just won't go away. Okay, let's get into number 2. Number 2 is your title. Your title should be something clear, something concise, something that's going to be of interest to your specific audience. Okay, you don't want to just have a broad statement like, for example, if here's a notebook. This little notebook. So in my title, so this will be my thumbnail. Buy this, buy this notebook. That's my title. Why? Why? Well, I mean, how does that benefit the viewer? How does that benefit your audience? How does that benefit your community? Or what you could do is say, let me see. Again, this is me coming off the top of my head, so bear with me. This notebook, it got me to get my thoughts out quicker than normal. Something along those lines. Something. I mean, that's a pretty lame title, but you get the idea. You're kind of focusing more into how whatever your video, whatever content you're providing is going to benefit the viewer. Okay, in a broad sense of the YouTube consumers. You want to present your content in a way that it's going to narrow down and focus on your specific niche. Whatever your niche is, it doesn't matter. You just want to, your thumbnail is going to stop the scroll by having something eye-catching, having some eye-catching content, and the title is going to slowly dive a little deeper into your specific niche as to how it's going to benefit that person or benefit that viewer. Okay, that's number two. So we've got number one, which is your thumbnail, and we've got number two, which is your title. Let's move on to number three. Gonna go right through these pretty quickly. Okay, so I've noticed that a lot of these newer and smaller channels, they're not really focused on their description. I I really disagree with that for the simple fact that, as you all know, YouTube is it runs the gamut. So it's got facial recognition, it's got um, speech to text. So it's got what do you call it? The AI driven. It's got transcripts of your video. It's creating it on the fly. Um, so basically, in order for you and your channel, your small channel, to potentially take off, you want to give YouTube the most, as many opportunities as you possibly can to put you in front of more people that may be interested in your content. So take every opportunity, every single opportunity that you possibly can to get your content out there. Take advantage of everything. Don't leave your description blank. You can use hashtags, you can do um, put little links or and all of that in there, but give a brief description of what your content is all about, until because until you get to the point where YouTube figures out what you're doing, you're kind of limping along. The YouTube algorithm needs to learn you. It needs to learn your content. It needs to find out what you are all about in order for it to put it in front of more viewers, more people that may be interested in your content. That's what you need to do. Take advantage of every single opportunity that you're given. Um, if you're doing audio, if you're doing video, if you're doing audio just as a podcast, remember it's the same type of thing. It's you have YouTube, which is learning your voice. Okay, it's learning your content. It's learning, so it's reading your thumbnail. Okay, whatever text you have in your thumbnail, it's learning your title, whatever title you have in there, it's learning your description, whatever you have in there. So you need to be more deliberate, you need to be more clear, or try to get more clear on the information that you're providing to your viewers. That way, YouTube can help you. All right, I've got a bonus tip for you. A bonus tip. Now, the bonus tip that I feel is helping me. Now, again, this is all coming from my own personal experience. The bonus tip that I have is, a lot of you content, small channels, you're not doing any kind of editing. I totally disagree with that. You should do, however minimal it is, but you should do some editing. Okay, everyone has been saying, "Oh, just grab your phone, hit that record button, record your video, upload it. Let YouTube sort it out." Again, that's you cutting off your nose to spite your face. You really and truly need to do some editing. Um, if you've got dead space in there, let's cut that out. That's some editing. If you want to have, have recently got into letting this app that I use for my editing, I let it do the captioning. That's what you'll see on the bottom. You'll see the captioning. That's editing. That helps, you know, when you have, because most people, most viewers that are consumers of the YouTube content, they have the autoplay. With the autoplay going on, um, and they can't listen to the audio, the video is still going. They can read it. You know what I'm saying? So just be cognizant of that. Be aware of that. You don't have, like, again, you don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to do anything fancy. But the editing that you do will be a way to, excuse me, will be another way to brand yourself. It'll be brand recognition. By the type, if you're consistent and you do the same type of editing every time, you can create a brand recognition that way. Again, you are providing as much information as you possibly can to YouTube, and your viewers will come to remember that in terms of watch while they're watching your content. So just give it some thought. Again, this is my opinion. The bonus tip is my opinion. Okay. Now the first three tips the top three tips that I just gave you, that is proven content, from the much bigger channels, the much larger channels, the channels that have been around for a long period of time. That's where I got those tips from. That's coming from the research that I've done. So the top three tips: work on your thumbnail, work on your title, and work on your description. And the bonus tip is throw some editing in there. Don't make it so bland. Don't make your video so bland. Get a little entertaining with it. I mean, if that's the type of channel that you have, throw a little bit in there. Again, doesn't have to be crazy, doesn't have to be fancy. It could just be as simple as a quick overlay. I mean, as you see in my video, I will throw up the subscribe button. I'll throw that up there. I may even throw some other stuff in there. But again, just put some effort into it. That way you get better, and it will get better as time goes on. So those are my top three plus one. Keep building, keep working on yourself, keep working on your community. I'll see you in the next one.